None of my sponsors left me because Keemstar said to. What I took offense to was when Keemstar attacked my children.
Every one of these videos, every single time, I'm like, how? How? There's no limits. There's no end to this guy.
Keemstar responded, and what I didn't expect is for him to renew his attacks on Tony.
Years later, why were people suddenly...
No, don't go after Tony. He was innocent. We had the most wholesome moment last time. Does everyone remember how sweet it was to hear this man talk about being happy? Like, what is wrong with his happiness? Why do you want to take that away? I don't get it. Like, I'm so out of my depth.
Well, because every streamer has trolls. But actually, there's something else that Tony doesn't want you to know about. He was involved in his own scandal.
After all he's put this man through, and he's coming back to do it again.
Now listen, I'm not going to tell anybody the catfish story. Tony, that is for you to tell. You got to tell people why individuals years later after this incident would be in your chat calling you the P word, all right? You got to explain that story. You got to tell that story. I'm not going to tell anyone. I wrong.
Like, still salting the wounds. It's never ending with this man. I don't understand it. It's so bizarre to me. It's just so weird. It's an old man. How do you watch that video where he's just sitting there and he's like, I'm happy now. Like I'm smiling for the first time in years. People, strangers, hundreds of thousands of strangers on the internet aren't calling me a pedophile when I know I'm not. And I never thought I would experience this in my lifetime, but it's been so wonderful. I'm happy again. And then being like, well, yeah, time to crush that. Can't have that. No. That has no place here. Shame on you, old man.
Keemstar says it's Tony's story to tell, but he can't help himself. People are not taking the bait, and so he pushes it further on Twitter. Please, RS Glory and Gold, come clean on the catfish story. Stop blaming me for the hate you've gotten over the last few years.
Why?
And what he retweeted is apparently proof.
Why? Like you're in your own shitstorm right now. Like, my dude, like, shit is really bad for you. All right, you're getting a lot of attention. Like, everyone is like, holy fuck, Keemstar sucks. He's the absolute worst. You know, like, he provokes people to want to commit suicide. I have no place for this man in my life. He's absolutely terrible. And yet, like, well, this seems like a good time to go after an old man. This seems like a good time to go after an innocent old man who looks like Santa Claus. Like that'll play well on the internet. Now's the time to go after Santa Claus. It's just there's one figure I think everybody on the internet probably hates. It's Santa Claus. Do you realize Santa Claus is the last innocent old white dude that people still love? Like, there's no others left. We lost Kentucky Fried Chicken. There's nothing. We have nothing.
Now let's examine these claims.
RS Glory and Gold, Tony, you should be disgusted with yourself. You thought those kisses were for Rebecca Hart, a girl who's told you she's 16. She's underage, but you've happily asked for pictures. You've offered to meet up with her. You even said, I'd give $1,000 if I could hold and kiss you right now. She's a child, you fucking pedo. This didn't happen just recently. This has been going on for 1 whole year.
The first horrifying admission is that they have been pretending to be dating Tony for a year. How sick do you have to be to screw with an old man for over a year and lead him on?
I shouldn't really be laughing at some of this. He says here, my last girlfriend was 8 years ago. My only wife died in 1979. So if he wants to...
What the ever-living fuck? What is wrong with you? You're I don't get it. Like, you're catfishing an old man publicly on the internet for monetization. Like, that on top of everything else. This is to get paid. This is for a fucking paycheck.
Tony has been pouring his heart out to someone he thought was emotionally invested in him. Here's a screenshot of her saying, I'm 16, nearly 17. Many people point out that there's no verification checkmark next to his name, which indicates that the screenshot may be fake. But I'll just let Tony explain for himself.
Rebecca Hart. Some guy, some scumbag has made a video and saying that Rebecca Hart is 16 years old and that I'm pursuing her and blah, 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 blah. So anyway, I'm making this video to set the record straight. Okay, I met Rebecca Hartz in late January of 2016.
What a scumbag.
She said because of all the internet bullshit, she felt sorry for me and wanted to reach out to me.
The internet bullshit she's referring to is, of course, this.
We reported a story that this Massachusetts man, John Phillips, had sex with a teen that he married in an online game in RudeScape. Now, the problem with this is that that's not John.
What was Tony's reward for being falsely accused of being a pedophile?
Like, that's so bad. That's so unbelievably bad. How do you still have a platform? I am against deplatforming. I will defend for speech when with the exception of hate speech, right? That's probably the limits of it. But when in terms of people, let's just outright shitty ideas, I am fine with them being on the internet and saying their shitty ideas. But if you're doing it and it's hurting people, that's what they always talk about. It has to be about the safety of individuals. That's what this comes down to. This is fucked. You are actively destroying someone's life if you're consistently pushing people to the limits and then reveling in their breakdowns, gleefully on the internet and making money from it on top of everything else.
See, so right there, the girl says, as long as you don't mind my age, 25, I don't mind your age.
Now, why is this so screwed up? Because Tony already addressed this in 2017, and Keemstar has decided to resurrect the allegations again.
Listen, I'm not going to tell anybody the catfish story. Tony, that is for you to tell.
Keemstar never reported on this story, so this is fresh meat for his audience to renew their witch hunt of Tony. To accuse Tony again of being a pedophile as a means of deflecting blame.
I wronged you in the past. The least I could do is give you a pass and not explain that catfish story.
That's pretty cut and dry, right? I mean, that's who she says she was, and hey, we were friends for a long time.
You got to explain that story. You got to tell that story.
Anything else is just horseshit.
I am not here to say that the catfish story is real. I'm not here to say that Tony is guilty or innocent. I am simply, just like my video today, am here to say that there is this catfish story, that there are these accusations.
Well, then why'd you put the goddamn video out? Hey, the tweet. You put it out because you knew a whole bunch of your little asshole buddies that watch you would come over and screw with me all day long, which they did. And that's exactly what you wanted to happen. Jesus Christ. I thought you were in the news business. You're supposed to do the news. If you're going to do the...
Okay, I mean, I love you, but Keemstar is not in the news business. I mean, he's found a way to monetize just being the worst human being on the planet. Just, that's it. And he's okay with it. He's okay with doing this on a regular basis. And to such an extent that he's actually getting these people brigaded against. It's unfathomable to me. Not to mention, this is not scripted. This is not he's not the villain in some movie. So this is him of his own accord doing this on a regular basis, just a human being. He's his own boss, taking a camera and filming himself in just the most self-aggrandizing of ways. It just it blows my fucking mind. For the clicks, for the money.
If you're going to do the news, then you should go check and find out if that story is really true or not. The truth is, you already know it's not true. You've known for a long time it's not true. You knew it wasn't true when Return of the Wilderness brought it to you more than 2 years ago. But this is just your way of trying to put a little smoke screen out to where you're the good guy and everybody else is the bad guy. But the truth is, you are the biggest phony asshole that ever walked the planet.
Because Keemstar made this big thing about how unprecedented it was that H3H3 mentioned his sponsors. And I guess G Fuel dropped Keemstar. Keemstar went after my sponsors. Keemstar tried to get G Fuel to drop me. What a fucking lying hypocrite shitbag. And I didn't even care. None of my sponsors left me because Keemstar said to. What I took offense to was when Keemstar attacked my children. So I would watch live with my viewers. Well,
every one of these videos, every single time, I'm like, how? How? there's no limits. There's no end to this guy. He'll never stop. He'll never stop. And he's so brazen. He's so goddamn brazen. That's the thing. Because like no one's standing up to, like someone said in the chat, it's like a high school bully. Yeah, it's like a high school bully who no one ever punched or no one ever stood up to. Because otherwise, like they just run rampant. They just don't give a fuck.
One day, my dog sat down next to Colin, and Colin like looked over at his penis. I think he even moved like fur that was right next to it or something like that. And it was live. So we took down the vlog and, you know, didn't like made it so no one could see it. But Keemstar got a hold of it. And Keemstar tweeted it out to like his 250,000, 500,000 Twitter followers 13 times over the weekend. Yeah, and he didn't just say like, look, Colin almost touched a dog penis. He said, look, Colin's jerking off a dog. And Colin is like 8 years old, special needs kid at this point. And he was fucking relentless about it. So we had a common friend, only use me, Blade. And I was like, Blade, can you talk to him? Like, this is fucked up. He's literally going after my kids. He's going after my son. And Blade talked to Keemstar and then circled back to me and said, I talked to Keem about it. And he said that if he wasn't talking shit about your son all the time, that somebody else would. And he's not going to back off. So that's...
there it is right there. He's not going to back off. He's never going to stop.
That's actually the unforgivable act that I have with Keemstar.
Destroying lives is a weekly sport for Keemstar. And when he moves on to the next story, the pain lingers on for those that have found themselves in his path of destruction.
Thanks, Winston.
He has been called out time and again, but refuses to change. Tony is proof enough of that. After ruining this man's life, he has come back for seconds. And when met with criticism, he answers with threats.
Good luck, Ethan, because you're going to fucking need it.
I'm a person that believes in revenge. I think if someone fucks you over in any shape or form, destroy him.
God damn. That's, it never stops. It gets worse every single time. Lance, have you seen the other two H3 videos? Yeah, that's the reason I wanted to watch this one, because we watched the last two. I mean, the first one, the content nuke, that one is hard to sit through. That one is just like, oh shit, this stuff gets dark. And then this one was just kind of like, it was a small fallout. This one was kind of dark again, because I was at least happy in the last one that guy, the old man who's like a whatever RuneScape player, is that what he plays? Yeah, he's like, he was actually happy. He was actually like, oh man, like I'm smiling for the first time. I don't have these people at me. It was a hard watch.
Hey friend, thanks for watching. Before we bombard you with all of our shameless links, we want you to bombard us. Do you have a worker co-op business or local union you'd like us to advertise at the end of our episode for free? So, if you'd like ears on your worker co-op, go down to weareserfs.com. And while you're there, join the Discord because it's filled with righteous guys, gals, and MPals. Finally, come check us out on Twitch Live 5 days a week by going to twitch.tv/theserftv. Yeah. To our lords, Ricky Pilgrim, I'm Raft, Tomospone, Nine Tails Cosmic Fox, Hans Josephine, and Corpse Harvester, we bow meekly for your pleasure. To our Knights of the Round Table, Josh Mickelson, Dylan Byte, Zach Christensen, Todd Buckingham, Todd Lajeunesse, Clement Chetskov, Cooper Pilot, aka the man with large balls, Political Puppy, Nick Davis, Ali May, and Alan R., we salute you. And to our many merchants and farmers, you have our undying loyalty.